Guys, what's going on, everybody? Today we are back at another unit review, guys. It's so good to have you guys in here again. So I am back again with both my mods, Perez and Nina. Say hello, guys.
Hello!
You heard her. And Perez? Perez?
Sorry, I couldn't hear, and your scream made me deaf.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
Absolutely.
What's good, everybody?
Well, it's good to have you guys again, guys, and we're at unit review number 7, guys. So we started a little bit later, guys, so let's get started. So really quick, guys, again, it's going to be live straight. I'm going to be heading over to YouTube, guys. So again, anyone that is watching, again, you guys are more than welcome to come and join us on our regular stream schedules. It's going to be Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, normally about 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, guys. So if you want to come and watch us, guys, on a regular day basis, feel free to come and watch us. Or if you want to join our beautiful family, guys, we have a beautiful Discord. That link will be in the description and also in the chat for people that are here now. We are live for anyone that is just cruising by, guys. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, guys, and let's get started, guys. So first one we have today is Fallen Takumi. Now, Fallen Takumi, I've always liked Fallen Takumi because he is very, like, the good thing about him that I really liked, especially when I originally saw him. Now, I didn't get to really play with him when he originally dropped, but one thing that I like about him, and you can even see it in stats, minus the Fury 4, of course, because you can usually see the extra stats right now, but even still, 37 defense and 36 res for an archer, by the way, which again, before Norn, I think that's how I say her name, mods can help me out there with that. She one of the few bulkier archers that I used to see, other than, of course, Gordon, but then again, he had Mr. 5 Points, the guy himself, only had defense, and that was really it. I don't think he had really good res. Or was it the other way around? I think it was defense, right?
Defense.
Right.
Yep, okay.
Gordon's res is...
Yeah, so with that being said, Fallen Takumi was always really nice because he had really good bulk too, and he has really good speed too. Now, even, and then again, that I know you're gonna have some inflated numbers in here right now because you're using Fury 4, so that's one thing though. But I will say one thing though is that naturally he is a boss. Now, going back with his actual kit, he has Canna Wax Bow, which again, if you guys don't know what that one is, one of the newer bows. It's just pretty much Fury 3, and he has Fury 4. So we're looking at Fury 7 practically on the lad, and that's pretty crazy. Now, he's always, now, of course, he's going to also get that -8 and then the -6. So we're looking at about 14. About 14 damage, which is going to hurt you big time when you get in there. But I will say one thing for sure, 100%, 14 damage is going to drop you down to your desperation. Easy peasy. Like, let's be real. That's going to put you inside desperate range, just like, boom, you're ready. You're good to go. So that is nice.
Actually, no, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't? Am I off? 14?
Oh, no, wait, I can't map. You're right.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure that pops. I'm like, am I doing my calculations correctly? It's like, I know I had an episode earlier, but I think I'm right.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I thought 75% was like 2/3.
You're good. No worries. But like, actually, if you really do look at this kit though, it actually is pretty solid. Because like, what you gotta understand with this is that he's going Fury and he's going Canna Wax Bow, so automatically puts him not only inside Desperation mode, but it also puts him inside of the Brazen mode, which again will give him that extra attack and speed +7. Which is going to really help out the lad in general because it's going to be able to just make him do some serious damage. And his speed is looking at, again, 37, which is crazy if you really think about it. Actually, it's even to the point... No, actually, well, 37 is really high, and maybe you could possibly put the point somewhere else. But honestly, his points are really good in general. And you're probably just going to naturally get that because of the Fury stacks. So, it's a really strong build, but... I like to say it as like one of these builds where you're going to be like one of those 1 HP freaking units that eventually you were going to just drop your own self if somebody else doesn't just knock you out. And it actually works out really well, actually, because again, once you get all that in there and you have the Brazen, you do all that right there, you have tons of stats in there. Again, once you hit up to 1 HP, you know, you're going to die by anything, but as long as you can... as long as you can sustain yourself, keep yourself alive, maybe have a support, maybe have someone in there where you can pretty much go and hit and get out right there. There's a few things that you can do in general in there that are really going to help you out again. The advantage isn't too bad with that. Actually, with the advantage, doesn't that go for, it's something, shoot, I'm actually having a brain fart. What was the advantage again, guys? Why am I forgetting that? Or vengeance, yes, I'm sorry.
Vengeance.
Yeah.
It boosts damage dealt to foe by 50% of the damage dealt to the unit.
No.
Basically, how much damage you have is what your opponent's gonna get.
Or like half of it.
Yeah, I'm
So
trying to...
if he's at 41, so say he's at 1 HP, like he like chonked himself all the way down to there. If his vengeance goes up, that's
Okay.
like that's half of 45, so that's what? That's like
oh,
basically
okay.
23 damage, 23 free damage.
Okay. That's actually pretty solid there. Now, he can use a few specials in this situation, but I do like what he has right now. It actually is really solid, and it makes sense with his build there. So I was practically right with everything else except
And
for
the theme of the unit.
Yes, exactly. So it's perfect because Takumi, that's all that he wants, and Fallen Takumi, I feel like it's perfect. It's like a perfect embodiment of the lad, and I really like his kit though. It's really super solid, and I really like it a lot. So I'm gonna give this one a big, oh, wrong one.
Nice.
A big nice
Wow.
out of 10. And I really wouldn't change. Honestly, to be honest, I really wouldn't change too much on him. Of course, you can be really. I'm gonna say it, guys, because I have to. Like, you know, you could always put something in the C slot to change that up for the attack smoke. Because I mean, you could attack and then drop their attack, and now you are really bulky, and that's another thing too. That's why I think that he went for the attack smoke in there, because unless he kills himself and he puts himself in a situation where he's not going to be able to take a hit, at least for the general. His general time alive there, he's going to be pretty bulky. So I feel like attack smoke is nice, but you can always go for those full stats if you're trying to go down that route too. But again, that's a very expensive thing, going around the routes. But other than that though, really not too much that I would change. So mods, would you guys change anything else on this? Anything else for Takumi? I've seen so many different kind of builds for Takumi, so there's a lot of ways to do him, but I do think this is actually a really interesting build. I think it works out pretty well. So
Yeah, like I really like this build. Like when Vivi submitted can't kill me if I'm already dead inside build.
is this Vivi's? I should
This
have
is
known.
Vivi's.
No
This is the
wonder
Takumi
why
that
I
body
always lose
most
to
of the
this
time,
dude.
they are.
Well, I always no wonder why I lose to this dude.
Yeah, the only thing I change is like get him those last flowers, please.
Exactly, just to
Like,
get
that +7 is distressing me.
Yeah, that's just a little bit more. See, the flowers for me, I'm kind of just like, yeah, they're there, but it's never gonna be as bad as like seeing that +9 merge. That for some reason is just like a big no-no for me. I'm like, no, that needs to get fixed right now.
Let me just submit my +9 Aries next week.
Oh, please don't. Actually, the next unit is actually gonna slightly trigger me, and you know, you guys will see it in just a minute. So, but that's besides the point though. Perez, what would you guys, what would you change? Anything up on this one?
Not really change anything, but shout out to our boy Zach, who pretty much started the unit reviews, sending a Fallen Takumi every day to get reviewed.
Yo, yes, absolutely. I actually think I
making a build faster and faster every day.
Every day. Honestly, yeah. Also, Zach, what's going on, bud? Yeah, I did slightly see your name, and I was like, I wasn't sure if that was the same Zach or not, but yeah, it definitely is. So perfect, very nice though. But yeah, other than that though, we don't really change too much else on him though. So with that being said, if my mods don't have anything else for this build, this was a quick one right here. It's quick because it's just right. You know what I mean? Like it just works. Just works out really well.
So fast.
Yes, very
like,
fast.
Just like the vengeance with like the Fury 7 is just like I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like normally
Vengeance
vengeance is
is
super
usually
Pepega, but then because he's Gen 1, he has so much HP.
Yeah.
Like, you're actually getting a ton of free damage.
Exactly. And that's the cool part about that, is that like his whole kit kind of just synergizes together. And one thing that I love seeing is when moves just synergize with each other, so it's like freaking water. It's just fluid. You're just like, it's just going. And honestly, I feel like this is a very fluid build, and yeah, it wouldn't change so much. So Vivi, wonderful job. I don't think you're actually here right now, but nice in general.
Nice.
Very nice. So the next unit we are going to go over, guys, is, let's see, I think this is my Pepega one I was telling you guys about. Yes, it's not necessarily Pepega, but you see the Pepega number, right? 40 plus 9. That's what I'm talking about. That plus 9 is just a killer. Just a straight killer. Now, I think it's a fantastic unit, but that number, I don't know why, it just bothers me. I'm like, stop it. It's time to stop. Now, good thing about, okay, now, going to actually be serious about this now. So, Elliewood right there. Now, I've always liked Elliewood when it comes to...
Ellie Bros.
Yep, the Ellie Bros.
Represent.
Represent. Now, I'm going to go over this Elliewood specifically because what I really like about him is, especially with some, okay, like, I want you guys to imagine some of the newer armor units that are out now. Very good stats, a lot of them, really very strong defenses and everything too. Now, I think this guy came out in Gen 2. I don't remember. I'm off. I can't tell if it was, I think it was a Gen 2.
So.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. So think about this with the HP that he has. Now that's something that I don't think a lot of the armor units have really. Like for instance, like some are in like the 50s, some of them are in like the high 40s. But Elliewood, especially once maybe he gets his merge. Actually, I think he's done with his flowers, right? Or does he go up to 10? I forget.
He's done with flowers.
Okay, so he's done with flowers. But even
Only
still,
infantry goes to 10.
Right. Okay.
Only early infantry as well.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry. I actually didn't know that. Nice. Very nice. Learn a little something. So, but yeah, not only does he have 58 HP, which is, I think, is really nice for an armor unit. That means he has a lot of extra 8 HP, because a lot of tanks, especially some of the newer ones now that I see, have great defenses and their HP is good, but like not into where it's almost pushed into the 60s. I think the only one that has that is maybe my Surtur, I think. But like he was also a Gen 2 unit, so that kind of explains a little bit there. But the point is with that is also he also has nice attack too. He actually has some decent speed, especially for armor, the way that it is. Now of course he's going special fighter, which is going to be really nice with him still too, so that's very interesting. Hell, even if you wanted to, you can even sway it up a little bit to make it so he could benefit with that speed. But to be honest though, I think what he has right now is really solid because he has his DC, he has his Fear Stance. Now Fear Stance is going to be one of those ones where it's going to give you even more attack. Now this is where I could be a little bit situational with it too, because like I feel like you could do that. You could. Granted, I always want to say that sometimes. Now, I mean, you might be going on your own with this too, so that might be what you're trying to go for too. I can also see you're using it for arena, so you're gonna try to go for those extra +6 or +12 res, depending on how many airs you have. But I mean, I can see that you're going for a high res build. Now you have noontime. Now, I know you're trying to heal yourself up. Maybe that's why you're trying to go for the fierce, because, you know, with having more attack, you can heal yourself more. So I can see that. I almost want to say you should probably benefit more with using something that's going to benefit with your res, especially with you going light season. I feel like you're really gonna have such high res, so one shot's probably better than that little slight heal you might get. I don't know, especially with you. I mean, because like the thing is though, is that you could definitely, and you're also going to be really good with going up against anti-mages, because you also have Casablanca, which again, if I remember correctly, and mods can tell me too, that's going to be a disencounter, right, inside of the weapon, because I'm pretty sure my Donald has that too.
Casablanca is a
It
dull range.
neutralizes.
Oh, it
Yeah,
neutralizes.
dull range. Neutralizes rallies and stuff.
Yeah, okay, so I'm thinking of something else with that then too. Regardless, very bulky lance, and I remember I have it from my Donald. That's right, because that's something that I really wanted for him, because I wanted to make sure that he was just in general just really bulky, and he sure as hell is. And I would say that this Illywood is definitely the same. Now, I would say again, kind of what I was going with earlier was that I was trying to talk about your S skill there. Now you could go with that, and again, that does benefit with your noontime, because then again, more attack is going to be more healing, and of course, more attack in general is going to be more kill, more kill potential, yes. Or you can do bonds, which again, I always enjoy bonds, especially when I have armored units, because I feel like you're moving one space anyway, and or if you have somebody to support you, so you can move 2 spaces, because you might have to have somebody in there that's actually like you have an armor march there, you're golden, you're popped up in there, and you're golden. But if you don't right there, or even if you do right there, you may just want to have the armors together anyway, because the armor march, you're going to have them together. You're going to want to make them move right there. You're going to have them right next to each other, so bonds would work out very good, and you're going to get 6/6 instead of just 6, I think, right? Fear Stance is just
5/5.
Oh, it's 5. Oh, no. Well, I mean, not Fear Stance though, right? No, I was talking about Fear Stance.
Fear Stance is 6. Bonds are 5/5.
Yeah, I'd rather have the 5/5, because 5/5 is going to be 10. And to be honest, I like to have that better, and I feel like you can honestly get that into a few other stats that are just slightly lacking, or not necessarily even lacking, but they really can benefit more from. So that's personally what I would like to do with this, especially because again, armors I feel like are just slow, and they have that potential where they want to be closer to their buddies anyway. So that would be what I would change on it then. And again, you have attack smoke, which that's like a no-brainer with a lot of things there too, because especially with armor units having the C skill kind of being kind of limited, I would say what's really cool about armors is that they have a vast variety of having B skills in there. Hey Sid, what's going on? And a vast variety of like their B skills in there, but the only thing that the real issue is I notice all the time is, other than like armor march and stuff, it's like their C skills kind of lacking. But I mean, tech smoke's always going to be a for sure nice one. It's always going to be fantastic. So I like that with there, and it kind of really helps out a lot there too. So all in all though, it's a very fantastic build. Slight changes that I would do personally, but again, these are very nitpicky, so it just depends if that's what you want to do, or if you have that right there. So again, I really appreciate it. Also, Inkling, thank you for the host, much appreciated. Mods, what would you guys do anything else in general to change this up right there? Anything that you would maybe add on there or change up to what I was said there?
Well, I actually disagree with you on the bonds thing, because if this is a light season Elliowood, chances are he's probably an Omega tank, in which case what's going to happen is the match starts, one of the heirs probably has smite, so she's going to smite him up there with a link skill or something.
Oh, and push
and then
him
he
alone.
he just clonks himself there, so he's going to be alone, in which case like the bond is useless. And like personally, I think what I would change, like I agree with with you on changing the fear stance, but I'd go for like a darting stance or something, just something to guarantee him his doubles, because 38 speed is not bad.
That's why I wanted him
But,
to
like,
do bonds, and I
it could
see
be
what you're
better.
saying with that, with the whole push him up and leave him alone thing, which I can understand that. But my thing
Yeah.
is just like I guess my my concern with that is that like is that you can have that bond skill in there, and if you're not yeeting him away and making it so that you're going to play the slower game, not necessarily like a crazy slow game, but you're going to be able to have armor march with somebody else and push you guys together. You're going to have 5-5, which again you're going to be able to increase not only maybe like an attack, but maybe also your speed too, to have the bonds. I like to have more stats than just a little bit of one. Now, you're absolutely right, though, with that, though. If he is going to get pushed up and going to go down that route, I actually think you're absolutely right with that, because having the darting in there to be able to have that extra 6 in there was going to make him go to about 44, which actually be really solid. Now he's actually looking like he's going to do something with that speed. And remember that, he's an armor unit, Gen 2, which, again, actually any armor unit in general is going to have a hard time that, unless you're Felicia, of course, because Felicia is just beautiful. But that's besides the point. Well, that and, what's her name? I forget her name. Amelia? Is it Amelia?
Oh,
think-
Amelia?
Yeah, Amelia.
Yeah, that girl's fast.
Yeah. So like, there's like very few armor units that are quick, and once you're at that point, you are actually becoming pretty solid, pretty quick. So I see what you're saying there, and I do agree with this. If you're going down that route, or if you want to go.
I wasn't finished.
Oh, I'm sorry. Continue.
No, like what I was trying to say, because like what it looks like with his build, because he has the special fighter and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why he's running noontime is because with special fighter he does one hit, or like he gets hit, and that charges it up immediately, so he can spam it.
Yeah.
In which
Which
case,
also
like, if you're
gives a
doubling, you're just
guard.
like hitting a special twice.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, it's charged up for like the next hit. So then on player phase, you can hit, you get healed up again.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I was thinking of a different build with this right there. I was thinking more of like a more of a bulky team, armor units together kind of thing, but this seems to be more of a solo healer. Now, granted, I never want to take away any kind of heal specifically off of somebody if they're trying to go for survivability, but I guess I was trying to see it as like, oh, well, you may not have enough attack with that unless you're trying to go for something, which I think you were trying to do that with your fear stance. But then again, just like Indy was saying, I feel like the speed was a little bit slow with that too. That's why I was thinking a bond would make that work and make it a little bit more solid, or you can go into the light season and then just do something with like a one shot like res build with that, such as like Lacey's or something else, to be able to work off that, because he's a solid res. But I see what you're going with too. As you guys can see, there's a lot of ways to go around this, but the way that my squad's seeing it right now, it actually makes complete sense. So you could definitely do that for sure. So it's not wrong with that either. So as you guys can see, there's multiple kinds of ways that you can build him up and try to make this work. So it's really solid. And I would say, and a lot of people even still agree with it, that this Eliwood right here specifically is actually a really good unit if you still want to look for a strong blue unit. Granted, now we have Olbar, so that might have changed up a little bit now, because now he's inside of the summon pool. He's in the 3 and 4 star pool now, so he might be more of the more desirable one now, because I think his BST might be a little bit higher. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it is, but regardless, still, but even still, I don't think Olbar has the res that Eliwood has. But again, that's besides the point, though. Regardless, very good build, though. But Perez, what do you got for us?
Well, just to add on to like everything that you guys have said, what really makes this Eliwood a little more different is having that fear stance with DC and the Dole, because when you add all those stuff together, he's gonna be, surviving a lot more, and because fear stance, he's gonna get the extra attack that you guys, are trying to not take away from him, but he already is one of the fastest armors in the game.
So give him a bond that gives him attack and speed. That's all I want to do. I'm like, give him attack and speed bond so he can have it all. But that's just me. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he's still very fast.
Right.
38 for an armor is good, and special fighter is one of the best skills for a fast armor. So
Absolutely.
The fact that he's healing himself, has the extra plus attack on enemy phase,
Right.
and the attack smoke to make himself survive a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
All that put together just makes him a tank that survives AR.
Right.
And since he's a blue unit, he's not going to be being attacked by so many green mages, when literally the only good green mage right now is Nino.
Mm-hmm.
So
right, which she always does her best, though. She is so good, though. Sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't have to
So-
worry that much about Nino, because Casablanca.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true.
So
So-
he's just surviving anything that is range.
Mm-hmm. Which again, that's what I was saying before too. I feel like he's really good with that I mean, hell, like I said, that's what I have for my Donald. My Donald has that same thing, and it's just straight nasty. It's just really nice, and it does a lot of work there. And with having all that extra bulk in general, especially in reds, which again is my favorite defense spot right there. I feel like it's the most useful, especially in today's meta. As things change, we may be seeing that a little bit different, especially with the love for archers that are starting to come out now. Which is, IS has been needing to do that for a while, which means more defense may be something that we're needing to see more of, but I felt like mages are still super duper powerful, and they still will be for a while. So regardless, guys, I think this is a fantastic build, guys, and as you guys can tell, chat, you can build him in many, many, many different ways, which is really cool. It's really interesting that you're able to do that. And again, one of my favorite things about this game, and anything that you can do in general in this game, is if you can get a unit that you love and you can mix it up and do whatever you please with it, because there's so many different kind of ways to do that. And you could say that maybe you can do that with all units, but some people's builds and some people's stats just don't line up to be able to make it work right there. But we can't say that about Hollywood, because not only does he have the speed, but he has a good res and good defense too. Especially with the way that he's fully built right now too. He can do a lot of things, and in general, I really like this build. So all in all, very fantastic build. And real quick, I want to give a quick shout out to all of my people that are watching currently, guys. You guys are amazing, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching me, guys. Everyone in Twitch, guys, you have been here since day one, so I really appreciate it. And everyone that is inside of YouTube right now, guys, thank you guys so much for helping me grow, man. I really appreciate it. I know 8 seems like a small number, but I will say that that is something that has been growing more and more, so I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. So, but yeah, guys.
Gang is rising.
I see you guys. Oh boy. Welcome, everybody. We are doing a video, guys, so if I'm not as talkative with you guys, I do apologize, but we're going to move on to the next unit, guys, so we can continue with our unit reviews. But all in all, good unit, though, by in the way. Now, the next one we have
is the best FE7 lord. You can at me at everywhere.com.
Hector, hello? Let's go. I'm still a Hector lad.
Hector
so.
who? Lynn
Hector who?
Ellie, bro.
Hector who?
Let's go.
Excuse me. Athena. Let's talk about Athena, guys, because I like Athena. Now, I don't like her eyes. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I've never liked her art. I think, and what I mean by that is just like, it's so weird. It's like her body actually looks pretty decent. So I feel like whoever drew her in general was really good. Then they got to the face area, and then it was decent, and then eyes. I don't know. But I could say the same thing about old school Ellie Wood. I don't know. It just kind of bugs me. It's just like, you may have beautiful.
How do I make her unique?
Big eyes, you say?
Fine, what big eyes you have.
Yes.
The better to see you with, my dear.
Exactly. And you know what though?
Kinda
It's okay
speak
though.
like her too.
Yes, actually, I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, she has the accent. In
Nice.
All the better to see you with, my dear.
Oh boy, here she goes. Just kidding. But anyway, Athena just got her new refine, which mods help me with that. I see that. I think is it desperation?
Yeah, it's just slaying Wodow with desperation.
Yeah. Slaying Wodow with
It's
desperation.
slaying
Okay.
on.
I'm pretty sure it is.
You got the desperation part right.
Well,
That's
I
all
would
I
hope
need
so.
right there. It's either that or Vantage. One or the other. Oh my god, but the eyes,
It's
they stare
just
through the
Wodow.
soul.
It's
Okay.
Wodow Despo.
Wodow Dispo, okay. And has weird eyes. Still hot though. But you. True. But yes,
No worry.
again, so with this, I would say with this refine, she does have the extra might now in there. I'm pretty sure it's about 16 might weapon, which is going to give her that extra attack now. And you're going to have Wodow, which again is going to help out with your specials. And then it's going to make it so that now you also have desperation also. So it's going to be really good too. Now, what he has right here to really try to get him into that desperation range, of course, is going to be the Fury 3, which is pretty common when it comes to your B skill when you already have desperation, to try and get in there for your desperation. But you have Wrath this time, so this is pretty interesting too, because it's going to make it so you're going to be doing now actually I have a few things that you can do with this, so but I'm going to get with that in just a moment. You have Wrath in there, which is pretty common with this. Wrath's starting to get a little bit more common now, I would say. I remember when it used to be a little bit more expensive, but now it's on Astra, isn't it? Astra and
Astrum.
actually it's just on Astra, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just Astrum.
Okay, I gotcha. Hey Mika, how are you doing? Yeah, and to be honest, in general, you can clearly see that what he's trying to do with this is trying to make it so that he is going to get inside of desperation range and be able to prop off his Luna as much as humanly possible with this. And with Wrath right there is going to give you that extra 10 damage to the special in general when that goes off, and it's going to help with the skill in general with your special. Excuse me. Sorry, my throat. And then you also have even attack wave in here. So somebody had to put a wave in there. You already know it was going to happen. Perez asked for people to do waves. So sure enough, we've seen one. I'm surprised I didn't see it for the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth unit, which I think, I'm not sure how many people actually have it, but it's in the middle of the category, so I can't complain. Again, if you guys have been watching our unit reviews, we're on 7 now. So watch the other ones if you haven't, but I always complain about waves. I always complain about waves. I don't think waves are terrible at all. I don't think that's terrible at all, but I do say...
You're just bad.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is.
Nice.
But I will say one thing though is that one thing that I really like instead is I don't like to be able to have it where I'm waiting for one turn or the other. I love my skills to always be there when I want, whenever the situation is there. Again, that can all be solved by good turn management. So if you're great with turn management, there you go, you're golden. But I tend to be sometimes a little bit airheaded right there. So sometimes I was just like, you know what, can I just have something where I can always have something such as like an attack smoke or something else right there? That's just me. Maybe that's just something that I'm like, yeah, this is what I want, but I probably should not do that. But that's besides the point. Again, even attack wave, only on even turns, you're gonna get that extra +6 instead of attack, which is gonna bring you up to 61 attack, which is really gonna be very powerful. You're looking very powerful in general because again, think about it. You have 50 speed. 50 speed. So you're rocking out flashing blade right now. So your Luna, if I remember correctly, with all this right here, you proc off your Luna like every single combat phase, right?
No, because she doesn't have slaying.
If,
She only has loadout, so it's every
she
other.
takes an attack too.
Or that's what I meant to say, every other.
Uses an
Like,
attack,
Oh, yeah,
takes an
yeah.
attack,
Yeah.
and then she'll proc.
yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry. I should have explained
Oh,
that a
yeah,
little
okay.
better. But yeah, that's what I mean. Especially with Desperation, it'll be like 1, 2, and then you'll proc it off. So that's actually pretty interesting. So I like this because you have 35 defense, which actually is pretty decent right there. Now, what would really help you with this, but again, this is kind of common sense, so I'm not going to really get on you with this too much, is that you could make it so that you get that Fury 4, but again, that's not an easy skill to get. I think only 2 people have it, and that is Grail and our professor.
Female.
Yeah,
Violet?
I was like, our professor, what's her name? But yes, you could have that with that, which again is always going to help you out, and again, it's going to get into Desperation. You could also, I was thinking about getting something where you're going to do a little bit of damage to yourself, such as the push. I'm pretty sure the push does the -5, I think, on you. You're not going to hurt yourself as much though, but it is something that is going to start chunking your health down a little bit too, which is going to be nice. But then again, that only helps you out inside of attack and speed, so Luna may not be your go-to at that point anymore because you may lose a little bit of defense at that time. But Fury 4 will definitely be more ideal for this because you'll get more defense with this also, which again will help out with your Luna in general, as well as your speed, attack, and everything else. So, but all in all though, this is really good. Like, you guys have to understand with this is that now with her having automatic Desperation inside of her build, as well as having that extra 16 might in there, she has way better attack now. And she can make it so that she can easily, it will end with woe down. I always forget to add that in there. Adding the woe down in there and then having wrath in there, you're gonna be doing some solid damage just with wrath and getting all that in there in that situation that you're gonna be proccing off Luna consistently, and you're gonna be having Desperation, which is going to pretty much have that consistently going off, which is gonna be really good for you and in general for everyone that you fight right there. You're gonna be knocking people out either with your natural attack, because you have some really good attack with that, especially if you're on an even phase, which again is very nice, or you're gonna either knock them out then, or you're gonna knock them out whenever you are popping off your Luna. So it is a very powerful build, and again, let's not forget 35 defense is nothing to scuff at right there. Very good defense still, and 32 res, which is still pretty good. Like I said, I'm not saying that she has the best defenses because again, she's only at 45 HP, which is okay. I mean, like, I'd say it's about the HPs that most of the Gen 3s have now, which is a little disappointing because I thought Athena's a Gen 1 unit, if I remember correctly. So usually I see Gen 1 units have like high HP, but she does not. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But again, her speeds are great and her attack is actually pretty good too. So you will be getting doubles. You will be doing some solid damage, and you will be proccing off your specials, which is going to be the biggest thing, and that's what you're trying to go for. But all in all, though, very good still, and still averagely bulky with that. And that's what you want. You want to be able to have somebody that's just, in general, kind of balanced with that. And I like it. I really do like it, and it does a lot. So I think her refine was actually pretty good. Again, it's kind of basic, really. It's just kind of just like 2 things in one. But I mean, you know, maybe that's all she really needed. And honestly, with having that extra attack and being able to kind of do multiple things inside of a one weapon there, instead with it being able to be flexible. Now she can be pretty flexible with this. So, again, if you didn't want to use Fury, you can definitely change it up a little bit to still hurt yourself up a little bit there too. But maybe pop a different special, or maybe even use the same special, just not being able to get the same kind of effectiveness. But I would say maybe change up that too, because you're going to get more attack and speed if you change it up. Because I think push will give you 7, or is it 6-6? My brain's not working. I think it's 6-6 actually.
Push a 7.
Something like that.
Oh, okay. It is 7. So why was see? You know, go with your first guess. But all in all, though, very good build though. I like it. And again, 50 speed, like nothing to scoff at right there. I love that. More speed is defensive is better. Again, of course, if you get into like too high, it's gonna be kind of useless with certain people. But as the speed threshold gets a little bit higher, you're really gonna notice it, and it's gonna really help you out. So very good though. But my mods, what would you guys change on this? Anything?
Not really, no.
No? Oh, okay. A simple one. Not really, no. Okay. What about you, Perez? Anything?
If you are going for the desperation kind of move and everything, Luna is a little hard to get because it's 3-turn special and you don't have a slang. So you might want to change the move bow if you do get into desperation range quicker.
I get what you're saying with that. Yeah, that would actually be really nice there. Or Raptor Sky. But that's kind of expensive. That's kind of expensive.
Yeah, because Flashing Blade, you're gonna get the two cooldown.
Right.
So you're already gonna be in range by the second attack to proc Moonbow.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But if you can take a hit the first time, then yeah, go with Luna.
Right.
But if you want to have more consistency with the procking, I would go with Moonbow.
I can see that there too, and also like if you really wanted to make sure that like when you're going into battle, you could always like. I also like attack smoke with it. Again, maybe this is me trying to find a way to take off like
This
the
is you
wave.
trying to get rid of the wave.
Yeah, a little bit, but I will say though that it doesn't. It's not like it's not gonna help you with that too, because like your defenses are not terrible with this. Not saying that they're the best in the world, but again, they're not bad either. So it's one of those things where you can pretty much take a hit, drop everyone else off right there, make sure that everyone's golden right there, and then just go ham in there. And to be honest, with you doing as much damage, I don't think you necessarily need defense smoke. You could, but I mean, I like the smokes in general. That's just me. I just feel like it's more of a safety.
If you can get speed smoke to sync with Flashing Blade.
Also,
that'd
Prez,
be
I
better.
see that comment. No.
You can't stop me.
I can't stop you.
No, you can't.
And then if you did want to change, you could also do something. If you weren't trying to go for that special, which I see you're trying to go for with the Raptor, you could always even change up the B skill to maybe have like a follow-up or something else like that too, depending if you're trying to go down that way also. But it really depends. Yeah, I honestly, in
It's
general,
a true damage build.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to take away from that, but I'm just saying that you could go with that too. Again, with this being said, Athena, again, now has a little bit more flexibility in this way. Now, I'm not saying that before the refine she didn't, but now she has more of a, like, she's like, hey, I can get myself into, of course, you know, she does have Despo, so that means that you should, if you're trying to go for this refine, try to go for something that is going to drop you into that range, unless you feel like you're going to be tanky enough to take hits right there, and then automatically have your Despo, and still have pretty good an attack there too. So it really is kind of like a trade-off there, but all in all though, it's really good, and you have a little bit more flexibility with it again. And as you guys can tell, the magic word of the day is flexibility, because I love to have units that are like that, and I really try to find builds that I can be like, hey, you could do this, and you have this, and it works well, or you can do this. The only one that I don't think I've done that with yet is the Takumi, because that Takumi just, it was like so smooth. Everything just went like into each other. I couldn't change anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's really not much else I would change on there. So mods, you guys are good with this, Athena?
Like, even one more thing, like if you're willing to sacrifice the true damage for Wrath,
Mm-hmm.
and like not be so
Yeah, that's
reliant
what's
on desperation and all that stuff, like you could change Wrath for a special spiral,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just always get the cooldown reduction, so you'd always have.
That too.
Yeah,
That
it's
too.
just I think Wrath and Despo kind of are more closer together in like HP range, so that they synergize a little bit better. But I do get what you're trying to say with special spiral.
Right. So, but to be honest,
it's just the extra true damage that you get with Luna and Wrath and the blade.
Perez is an
It's just-
expert when
you
it
can
comes
kill
to true
armors.
damage. Let's just say that right now.
Yes,
Perez
I
is
am
like,
an
Perez is
expert
like,
when it comes to
true
true
damage. Let's go.
Send me your best armor units, and my Marissa at 0 merges will kill. Trust me.
It's true. It's true. His Marissa is beautiful. No merges. Beautiful. Still beautiful.
No merges.
He has a beautiful true damage. We'll go over it one day. It's really nice. It really is. So actually, I think I already talked about it on one of the unit reviews. I think. I
Yeah,
don't
but
remember.
that was when I didn't have everything set. Now I do have
okay.
a better
Very
build.
nice.
Nice.
Well, so all right, guys. So that's pretty much it for this one right here. So we're gonna move on to the next unit, guys. So again, very good build. All the builds that you guys have sent to me, guys, very nice. Big wilds, all around. So next one we have right now, guys, is, do I have everything set? Yes, I do. This guy is going to be Wallheart, my man. Now, sorry for the little bit of a blurry picture on this one. It's not too bad, actually. Hold on, let me see if I can slightly move this one here. And apparently I didn't actually turn this one off. There it is. Okay. Now, Wallheart. So, actually, surprisingly, I don't know too much about this lad. I like him. Okay, one thing that I do like about him is, this is just more of an aesthetic kind of thing, but I really like how he looks. That red armor gets me every time, and that blank stare, it's beautiful. I like it.
The conqueror look.
Yes, it's like that conqueror, because it's like, I own you. This is my stream. I am the captain.
You peasant.
I am the captain now. It's like, oh, all right, I guess so. Nice. Now, so you guys are gonna help me out with this. My mods help me with this. His weapon. This is like the only one thing I need to know. His personal weapon, a little bit confused about with right there, because because I've never used the lad really. I've seen him a few times, just never really used him. So you guys can help me out with the Wolfberg.
Wolfberg. Plus 3 defense. And if there's more enemies within 2 spaces than allies within 2 spaces of you, not including yourself and not including your target, then you get a plus 4 to all stats during combat.
It's kind of specific.
So basically, if he's alone, he gets plus 4 stats.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm doing my calculations in my head now, and there's 2 ways that you can do this. Now, one thing is that, and I'm always going to get this wrong, so anyone could pop this up inside the comments and everything. It's just the fact that I always forget. Do horses get damn roused? I'm pretty sure they don't. They don't, right?
They do.
They do. Why do I keep thinking that they don't?
Horses have access to anything that requires you to be alone.
Gotcha. Why do I keep forgetting that? I
whole
keep forgetting that. It's like I keep thinking, I'm like, do they get that? It's the armor units that don't get it. It's just them. It's just them. So,
and flyers don't get it either.
And flyers. That's what I'm forgetting. I'm like, there's 2 groups I think, and I just didn't remember. So it is the Cavs. So anyway.
Just remember the formation skills for flyer. They want to be with other units, and then think about Cavs who usually run like solo and chills. And
they want to be alone.
Yeah, you want to be alone.
True. Okay, so now, I just want to make sure. So, well, as I got that lesson, guys, so I learn things all the time, or I relearn them after hours and hours of being told the same thing. Again, guys, my brain is mush sometimes, especially after the long weekends. That's besides the point, though. Wallheart by himself right there. If you could try to get him alone, which again, that's what you're gonna try to do. You can do 2 things. You can go straight solo build in the sense of like having something inside of the A skill, as well as having something inside of the C skill, so you can have solos in general with them, which would be very nice for him. Now, what I mean by that is you can either pop it into the increased defense that he has, which again is just straight nasty. Now, it depends. If you're trying to go down that way and you know you're going to be dealing with a lot of physical units, he's a wall. He is a horse. So if you ever seen like a horse, imagine a giant wall right there, and it's just carrying this giant wall, because that's practically what that lad is. I mean, technically Wallheart, kind of in his name, so, you know, I'm funny, but not really. Anyway.
Joke, just hold on.
Which again, you could always do steady stance 4 in there to be able to go and get you, because I see what you're trying to do. You're just going all in for that defense, and you know what? Props to you, because again, his res is really hard to kind of get right there, and since you only have a rouse skill that only is for attack and defense, really, because I'm thinking of the C skill there, that is going to be kind of an issue there in the sense unless you're trying to go all in for the defense. So there's no real way to, and what I mean by an issue is that like your res you won't be able to really do much with unless you are going for a solo skill in there, which again, even still, that's only 6/6. So that's only going to give you, what, like 29 res, which is not really going to be anything too fantastic there. So that's going to be unfortunate there, which is not really something. So I see why you're just going all in for in the steady stance. So that's understandable there. And you also get to have guard inside there also too, which is going to be really good. And you also have you have dual close C, or dual close C, excuse me, dual close C. And then defense smoke, which is interesting. You have a lot of attack right there. Now again, you're not very fast, but you have quicker post and your bonfire. Now your bonfire, clearly you have your bonfire because you're trying to proc off your special more. I know bigness is gonna hit harder, but to be honest, with all that defense, it's not needed. It's not needed. You do not need to have an ultimate bigness to proc off, because that defense that you naturally have by itself already is gonna do just fine. It's gonna do just fine because you have bonfire, and bonfire is going to do what, 50% instead of 80%, I think is what it is. It's been a, yeah. So with that being said, right there, 50% of, well, if you include the extra stats you're gonna probably be getting when you have your steady stance whenever they attack you there, As long as you're able to attack back there, you should be able to just pretty much just kill instantly. And even if you aren't, you go in more for a offensive right there, that's 37 defense, which your bonfire is pretty much going to go in there and just obliterate right there. You ever see Exodia obliterate? That's Walhart right there, especially whenever he has his bonfire, and that's absolutely beautiful.
Nice.
Very nice. And again, that's not even including all of, also Levi, you have a wonderful night, bud. That's also not including all the extra stats you're gonna get if you are alone, because again, that's +4 to everything there. So other than HP, I'm pretty sure, which again is really good and it's gonna be pretty solid for him. So all in all though, which is gonna give him even more. And technically, if you are alone, you could do that. You could also have the solos with there, because I did say 29, but again, if you are solo with your weapon in there, you do have 33 res, which is better. Makes you a little bit more balanced, but it's still just 33. I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to help a stat that's like really, really low, but you may not even need to do that. I mean, and you could technically, because then your defense is still going to be pretty solid. So because think about it, 47 defense, you take that away, you take off the extra defense in there, he's still going to be in the 40s, he's still going to be solid. So really, I mean, like, you could go either way. But again, with his res being so low and you want to go all in for that big hit bonfire, go for it. But again, I'm more of a balanced guy. You guys know me. I'm balanced everything. Balance all should be Thanos and all right there. That's what I like to do. So, but that's just me though. Hey Tree, what's going on, buddy? And but that's really all that I have for him. I like his build though in general with it, so there's not really too much that I would change on it with, other than like a few solo skills, but really that's about it. So in your prez, what would you guys do? Anything different than my suggestions there?
Okay, so when this build was submitted, it came with a little miniature explanation of what the logic behind it.
Oh, also sorry, Annie, can I stop you there? I forgot light season res too. That would also help you too. So technically you could do that more if you were using them for the arenas, which clearly you are right there. So it's an extra 6 and or 12 res with an air. So technically you could go solo attack res or something inside that specific thing and try to make that and help you out there too. So sorry, you continue with that. I just saw that right now. I'm like, oh wait, you do have res light season. So I'm a little bit slow with it sometimes, but go ahead.
Okay, first of all, 2 airs gives 8 because
why do I keep saying
4.
12? I keep saying 12. I think it's, but I'm pretty sure it's not 8. I'm pretty sure it's at least 5-5. I keep saying 6-6, but it's 5.
Mythics are 4.
No. I know for a fact. Air is 5-5. Air is 5-5.
Sure about that?
Yep, positive. I keep saying 6, but it's 5. So it's my fault.
5, okay.
Yeah, so 5-5, my fault. But I keep saying 6, even though in my head I'm like 5-5. So, but sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, so first of all, this build is meant to be the biggest screw you to anything physical, but basically, like, you want to, like, I'm assuming what you want to go in is, like, go in a one-shot, like, squishy mages or something, and then you just end turn. So his speed isn't completely useless, his defense should keep him alive even against null follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
The guard block stops cooldowns as long as your name's not Byleth, and then dull close stops the buffs. So, like, it's a good build for, like, what it's good at. And also he says, like, watch out for panic.
Right, which is definitely something to consider also there too. But yeah, especially now that I'm like really looking at it now, because like I was talking about it before, and sometimes I always takes me sometimes. So if I'm building a puzzle there, sometimes it always takes me a minute because I'm noticing things a little bit later, and that's kind of what I'm seeing too. Especially now that I know for a fact this one's using 4 the light season for arena, which I should be looking at that at the first place, so that's a bit. But even still right there, you can definitely balance them out now that I think about it with that extra 10 res if you have 2 airs, which I know I don't, only have 1 air. But I mean even with 5 res and adding like a solo ability to give him more res and attack would give it super solid. And he still has great defense too, like fantastic defense, where really he could take away from that still and still hit very hard with the bonfire and also be able to take many hits too. So there's always that too, and in general that will make him a lot more balanced too, especially with having the ability to have a solo, so practically a solo inside of his skill, but not the huge number like that, but the +4 is really going to be solid. So looking at this actually makes me, I've seen more impressive horses, and he's been in for a while too, but see more impressive horses more and more as the time goes on. And what's really cool about Walhart also is that he has, at least with this completely with the way that he has it right now, has 52 HP. How many horses you know have that much HP? I don't know very many. I don't. They're usually pretty squish, but he seems like he can do a lot. So I like his build though. So Perez, do you have anything though?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
For anybody who's looking for a good green cav unit to use, save grails, build better, Walhart. Wow.
Wow. Wonderful. I had to give you
Best
some
joke
quacks
you'll hear
there.
all day.
Best jokes you'll hear all day. You heard the lad right there. Wow. Okay. All right. So all in all, he's actually a little bit more impressive than I thought he was gonna be. Like, I mean, like, I've always known that he has good defense, but like,
Well,
interesting.
he's an absolute monster for anything physical.
Yeah,
You just
but
throw steady stance 4 and then just forget about it. You're already done.
Just throw him up
Everything
there.
else
Nothing's
is
gonna
just-
kill him.
That's
Like
what
anything that's
everything
not
else is
magical
just
is not
add-on.
gonna kill him.
well, even magical. If you have air, like I'm thinking, like late season airs with that, have like attack, which I didn't even think about that, but like have something that gives them like one of the solos that gives them res and or speed. Is there a speed res in there? Maybe we won't
No.
do that. No, okay, so that's not a thing. But
There's
even
only attack res.
okay, well even still, attack res would be awesome there too. Be able to proc that off, have a lot of attack, have something in there. Hell, then go for the solo, then go for the solo rouse right there. Super expensive build that I'm thinking of right now. Theory crafting to the max there. You love it here first. But I mean, like I said, actually you could do a few things in that situation. All in all, though, it's actually it's actually really interesting the way that he can be built. And of course, he has steady stance 4 though, which is going to give him that extra guard too, which is going to be really nice also. So it depends on what you're trying to get rid of. But all in all though, guys, Wallheart, guys, very strong, very powerful. And don't mess with the lad, because 47 defense, bonfire, you will die. You will die. Don't at me right there. You will die. So, and
Killed the
moving...
assertive for it too.
Ouch,
Extra
that's
pogs.
a little painful. But you know what's not painful? Cormog,
Spare.
the semi-average
Spare one.
unit right there. But he's still really solid. Sorry, that went into a little bit more of a depressing note. But I mean, now let's talk about Cormac. Why can't I say his name today? Wow, say Cormac 6 times. That wasn't a challenge. Don't actually do that. But now one thing about the lad is that everyone was expecting a little bit more from him. Now, what I mean by that is that they wanted him to have a personal weapon. I understand that, like, pretty sure everybody and their mother wants most of their free units to have personal weapons on there so that they're going to be viable longer. But I still think that he's still really solid. Now, granted, the issue that he has, and this is something that I noticed with a lot of flyers, yes, real talk though. Stop giving us free units that are blue flyers. I don't know why you keep giving us blue flyer units. I don't know. I don't really want them anymore. I'm like,
Give
no.
us some blue mage flyers instead of some blue melee flyers.
I'm cool with that. Like something. Like you keep giving us blue lance flyers. Like can you stop? But even still, he's still a really cool unit. I actually like his art. I like how he looks. I like his character, I guess. So props to IS because I enjoy how he looks at least. So
nice.
At least wonderful. Yeah, it would have been cool to see a personal weapon and maybe help him out a little bit more with this because that is frustrating. But let's not talk about that for a quick moment because now what I do like about him is that he has really good defense, as most of the flyers do. Now, even if he didn't have his life and death. Now, again, you got to understand that the lad does have life and death, so he's going to get that minus on his defense and res still. But even if he didn't have it right there, again, take that away, res still sucks. Or it's not the best, I would say. But again, definitely can use you can use some bigness or some bonfire in there because you do have really good defenses. And even though he does have life and death in there, which is minusing 5, so he's kind of cucking himself a little bit with that defense special. But I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. We'll talk about that. You do have 41. You have quicker post, which is okay. I almost want to say that if you give yourself something to give yourself a little bit more speed, you don't need quicker post. Actually, you already do. Yeah, actually, you have darting blow. Do you even need quicker post? At that point, you're at 47 speed. I feel like you can put something else in there.
That's only on player phase though.
This is Tom's, right?
This is heroes.
Oh, okay. Well, Tom is talking about that there was QR was switched for a link, defense res link.
Okay.
So it's not QR apparently.
Okay, fair enough. Because I was looking, I was like, I don't know. And I understand what Indy was saying, where it's like, it's just player phase, but I'm like, well, even still, I would change up that S skill to make it so you have it all the time, and then you never have to worry about that. I'd rather fix something in the kit to make it so you don't have to use QR and just have that extra speed, if that's what you're worried about. But even still, I mean, I'm not saying 41 speed is like Sonic. Like I said, speaking of which, if you guys haven't seen the new Sonic trailer, very good. Go watch it. Sorry, a little off topic there. But yeah, you could definitely change up his B skill in there because I don't think his speed is terrible enough where you need to do that there. Of course, if you maybe took off the life and death, that might be a problem because having life and death will give you that extra speed and the extra attack. Remember, it's a trade-off. So, but I mean, I will say though that if you didn't have it, then that's when we can start talking, I feel like. But if you're not, maybe change it up a little bit. I mean, you can change it to a few things there. I mean, again, he's a flyer, so you have flyers have a few skills that are opened up to only just them that work very well inside of their B skill, which would be really nice for you there too if you're trying to work with a flyer squad, which you definitely could, or at least a few flyers on your team to be able to make that work. Depends on what you're trying to go for there. Again, you also have darting blow too, which is going to give you that extra speed. You could do that, or again, if you're with the flyer squad, which again, I would feel like he would work better with the flyer squad. Maybe that's just me. I could be wrong. Mods couldn't tell me a little bit later. But I feel like you could do something where he's together with people. Again, bonds always come up because I like them and they're flyers, and flyers tend to come up. Hey, you guys noticed that I've like swapped over to bonds more? I've never liked bonds, and now I'm like, you know, you could do a bond.
Just as bonds.
Bonds.
Our bonds give you strength.
All those
Bonds.
reviews where you were just like, you know what would work? A bond.
Right, and I'm like, what has happened to you? You've
Both of us
never.
are just sitting here going, what?
I was about to say.
Maybe it was my plus 10 crom with all the bonding that you were just like, you know what? I need more bonds.
How did I go from yeeting to staying together? What has happened to me? Teamwork?
You are evolving as a character.
Wow.
This is your
Character development.
Character development. let's
Character
go.
development. What? What is happening? No, I'm just kidding. But all seriously though, he has a very what you have here is not bad. Again, you already told me you're gonna change up your B skill, so that's understandable there. Especially with this build, then that's understandable. Now you do have defense open, which is kind, if I remember correctly, that's supporty. That's definitely supporty, which I think defense opening is interesting. I like it. I like it more on healers though, because healers are supporters a lot of the times. Like, am I wrong on that one, mods? I feel like no, because I feel like he's trying to go for more of an, like you know, I'm trying to go in damage, I'm trying to do some stuff. Then you have defense opening that again helps your squad, but because it's gonna help out with whoever has the highest defense. Then that's great, but I don't know. And
it's probably just because like he comes with it and like he just hasn't had time to replace it yet.
See,
And
that's
he doesn't
why.
have, like,
That's
the
why
fodder to replace it.
Then I apologize, chat, because this is why I need to research some of these units, because there's
You
a
are
few
right
units.
though. Opening is good for like supports.
Yeah.
Am I learning? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all in all, though, it's a interesting build, but again, it's spread, and again, I didn't know that he came with that, so change it. That's all I gotta say with that. Change that if you can, because it doesn't match really with the squad. I mean, you help your friends, I guess, which again, you'll fight for friends, whatnot, but I don't think it works for this kit. Maybe if you made him supporty, then yeah, but even still, not really. I feel like you would just do better because he has Slain Lance Plus, and you have that in there. So I mean, I guess you're trying to go for that special, but like, I don't know. Mods, what do you guys have to say for this?
Well, since the build is still in the process, and you know, it is a little all over the place, but when you settle it down and pick whichever kind of build you want to go for him, there's so many options because like his stat spread is just not like balance, but it's there.
It's there. It's definitely there. Like I want you guys to look at what he has right there. Like again, minus the life and death. I'm just trying to take that away because I'm thinking of natural stats right there. He has 50. I mean, like with the way he's built him up right here too, he has 54 HP, which is really good. I like having like these flyers, and especially ones with him in his category. He has a lot of HP. He has a little bit more flexibility. Like he has like HP kind of like a Gen 1 has nowadays, where they're like in the 60s. Well, especially when he's fully built up and merged and stuff like that, he's gonna have really high HP, which is gonna be really flexible with that too. And when he's actually merged up, built S supported there too, he's gonna have some good attack, some good speed. Because remember, he's not S slotted built yet either, because he actually only is in B. So once he's actually fully built, he'll get some extra stats there too. And again, if he you can do a few things for your A skill too. So if you don't and again, if you're gonna go Ignis, I would definitely change up life and death, because you're kind of minusing 5 on that, and when you do that, you're not gonna be able to really benefit your full from your defense. And that's just me with that too. That just makes more sense to me with that. Again, when you're finally merged and finally built up correctly, I would love to see what your speed is, and then see if you still need that quick repose, or just stick with your link, just like you said there, or go with some other kind of flyer ability too. It depends on if you're running a flyers team too. It really depends on what your team is with it, because if you're not running that, then it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, but and then of course, like, you know, change up your C skill right there to something that's going to help out with the squad. Again, you have good attack, and then when you're fully built right there too, you can either go for well, you can go for smoke or defense, depending on what your speed and your attack are looking for at that point in time. If you need to get those kills for sure, you might need that extra defense there. The defense smoke wouldn't hurt you at all. But all in all, I think it's decent and it has potential. It has potential. Mods, anything else that you would change up on this though? I know you were talking about it a little bit, Perez, but what about you, Miss Anya? Anything?
No, I just agree with Perez. Like, it seems like it's a little bit confusing to me, just because, like, you got the life and death, you got the darting blow, which seems like you want to go for player phase. You got the quick repose, which I guess is to, like, help guarantee counterattacks, like to help guarantee doubles on enemy phase.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, the darting blow helps with, like, guaranteeing doubles on player phase, and the quick repose is just in case anyone outspeeds him. But it's like, I feel like for, like, Cormac, maybe just don't go mixed phase, like, just choose one or the other.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying with that. It's like, but I know he's in the process of building. That's what Perez and also he was saying too. So I mean, that's understandable. Also, just really fast, guys, I do apologize. I just realized, and I saw you guys right now saying that the Twitch bot just let you guys know for people who are just joining you guys. So I apologize. My fault. The bots are a pain in the ass, but I should have popped you guys in here beforehand. So my fault. I saw Inya did too, but bot shouldn't be like that, and maybe I need to go fix that. But yeah, sorry. Continue with the build review. I just saw that inside chat right now, so I apologize. So okay.
Yep. You gonna keep going or?
No, that's all I had to say.
Oh, okay. I know. I was waiting. I was like, where is it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. All right, lads, I'll see you later, buddy. But all in all, though, guys, these are the is that it for the 5th build? Yeah, actually, that's it for our 5th build. Now, we are going to go over and do the, what time is it? It's about 7 o'clock right now. So yeah, I got time to do a little bit more reviews, guys. But I will say though, at least with video guys wise, that is it, guys. I really do appreciate you guys stopping by, guys. For anyone that is watching in the future, I always say it already in the beginning of the videos now, mainly because Inya told me to. It'd probably be better. But feel free to come and join us inside of our live streams on a regular day basis, guys. We stream Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 5:30 to 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, guys. We would love to have you guys in here. Stick around with us, or come and join our beautiful Discord. Again, guys, the link will be inside the description whenever I'm making the video. And also for people that are inside of the chat that are just walking by, taking a look-see, guys, I would really appreciate you guys actually coming in here and joining our beautiful family that is almost inside 200 people inside of the Discord. So that would be awesome to have you guys in. But without further ado, guys, that is it for this, guys. Stream is not over, but I will talk to you guys. Don't say it, Perez. And I feel like he was going to.
Stream's over.
Yep, there it is. Stream's not over. We're gonna continue.
That was Inya, though.
Okay, well, I felt like I heard you. But even still, we're gonna go and continue doing more reviews, guys. But at least for video guys wise, I really appreciate it. And y'all have a wonderful day. Bye bye now.